Okay, this video tutorial looks at the mathematical strand of real number, and more specifically we're going to focus on adding and subtracting decimals. Okay, so when we are adding decimals, the first thing you need to make sure you do is that you line the decimals up so that the columns are on top of each other. Alright, and then we basically just add from right to left. And we carry along if we have to. So let's see, an example might be 0.361, and we're going to add 2.479. We'll make it 78 just to make it easy. Alright, you can see that I've actually got all the columns lined up. Alright, so this column is one spot after the decimal. We've got this column here, which is 2 spots after the decimal, and we've got this column here, which is 3 spots after the decimal, and then any units we've actually got in front of the decimal, so here. Right, and now basically we just go ahead and add them. Right, and we always start from our right to our left, so we're going to start with the 1 plus 8 gives us 9, 6 plus 7 gives us 13, I'm going to carry the 1, 3 plus 4 is 7, with the 1 carried makes 8, and then 0 plus 2 is 2. So when you're subtracting decimals, again, you need to make sure that you line up the correct columns, so your units, tens, hundreds, thousands, etc. They're all on top of each other or lined up correctly before you attempt any subtraction. And then basically you just subtract from right to left, again carrying if you need to. So as an example, we might go 2.478, and we're going to take away 1.326. Right, you can see again that I've actually got all the columns lined up. Alright, so 3 numbers after the decimal, 3 digits after the decimal is lined up. The 2 digits are lined up after each other after the decimal. We've got the 1 digits after the decimal all lined up, and we've actually got our units here lined up. Alright, one way to check about this when you're adding or subtracting is basically just to check that you've got the actual decimal points lined up on top of each other. So if you manage to have the decimal points lined up on top of each other, then the rest of the columns should essentially fit into place. And then you just subtract from right to left. So we're going to start with 8 take 6 is 2, 7 take 2 is 5, 4 take 3 is 1, and 2 take 1 is 1. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video here and have a go at some of these practice questions. When you think you've got them all correct, proceed with the video and we'll go through the answers. Alright, so let's see how you went. In our first question we've got 0.36 and we want to add 0.05. You can see I've lined up the decimal points directly on top of each other, so I should just simply be able to add along. 6 plus 5 is 11, I'm going to carry the 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, and then I've got 0 and 0, so 0.41 would be my answer. In my next question I have 0.435 and I'm taking away 0.322. Alright, so I'm subtracting here again. You'll notice I've got the decimal points lined up on top of each other. Doesn't matter if it's addition or subtraction, that's what we do. I'm going to start on the right hand side, so 5 take 2 is 3, 3 take 2 is 1, 4 take 3 is 1, and then 0 obviously take 0 is 0. So my answer is going to be 0.113. My next question is going to have 2.34 plus 24. Whoops, let's write that 4 a bit better. 24.57. Right, you can see again that I've got the decimal points lined up. and I'm going to start from the right hand side. So 4 plus 7 is 11. I'm going to carry the 1. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 2 plus 4 is 6, and obviously 2 plus 0 is just 2, so I'm going to end up with 26.91. And my last question, I have 4.78, and I'm going to take away 2.89. Okay, again, you can see I've got the decimals lined up, and I'm going to start from the right hand side. Now 8 take 9 I can't do, so I'm going to have to carry. This becomes a 6, becomes 18. 18 take 9 is 9. Then I've got 6 take 8 I can't do, I'm going to have to carry again. That becomes 16 take 8 is 8, and I end up with 3 take 2 is 1. So my answer is going to be 1.89.